host, Jess Hugo, and I am so excited to have you here. I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist, but honestly, underneath it all, I am just a girl who is struggling, thriving, and surviving somehow all at once. So if this is you, you are not alone. If you want all the juicy tea on what it's like to be a girl navigating her 20s, I'm talking relationships, health, fitness, social life, work, and everything in between, then you're in the right place.
I know some of you girlies are feeling quite overwhelmed with the new year, new me, 2026 goals, all of the things. And I know I did a 40-minute episode dedicated to really getting into the nitty gritty of like how I'm actually going to set my goals for the 2026 for the new year, how I'm actually going to like break it down into pillars to just make everything make sense. I know I did that, but I equally know that sometimes we just need a little last minute get your shit together. Like literally this is going live December 31st, bitch. We are doing a 20-minute quick goal setting ritual, 5 mini prompts to design your 2026 so that this is for everyone, you know what I mean? Navigating your 20s is for everyone. I know everyone is not every single girl listening to this is going to want to do a pillar per page and do this whole thing. And I just hate this about online where it's always like one way is supposed to fit all and it really, really doesn't. So I wanted to do a mini one so that we can actually just get our shit together without the pressure. We know we're running a little bit last minute because it's December 21st if you're watching and listening in real time. If you're listening to this mid-January spiraling, I've got you. So I just put so much pressure on myself to have the perfect goals, the perfect planner, the perfect routine. I'd go out and buy all the paper calendars. I would try to do online templates. Honestly, I am not an online, I can't do online. I do my calendar online and that is it. I cannot do anything else online. It just feels criminal. I need to be a paper girl. But then when you're out and you don't have your paper on you, you almost get stitched up and you're like, oh my God. And I just felt like so overwhelmed by all of it. So I'd need all this perfection and then I would burn it down by February. So this year I'm doing it differently. And I thought instead of us all doing this crazy thing, let's just do a small little things. Because if you haven't set your goals yet, that's okay. Take a breath. You're not behind. We're human. And sometimes the last minute goals are the best ones yet. So that's what we're going to do together. Bite size. It's not about productivity. It's just really about intention going in, how we want our 2026 to feel and potentially look like. But it's not just going to be written down to be ticked off. We're really going in on like routines, leveling up, all of the things. What I wanted to do quickly though is just a little reflection on my own vision board. A bit of like, I want you to do this as well. If you created a vision board last year, if you had goals last year that you wrote out, what did you achieve and what didn't you achieve? I just feel like sometimes it's really great to see where things went and recognize that sometimes some might need a shift into 2026, which is absolutely okay. But sometimes things kind of become like a misaligned. So I actually have mine up in front of me because it is my lock screen, of course. Okay, this year I decided I'm going to go all in and really just try to get the best physique I have had. I kind of decided that at the start of the year, but then I didn't really action it till the back end of the year. So go back to my deficit episode. I have been doing that. She was on there, tick. I'm still working on it. So that might flow into 2026 as well, which is actually okay. Also, the podcast. If you go back to dates, I actually dropped the podcast in January, but I don't think I told anyone about it till the end of Feb or maybe the start of March. So it's always been 1 year of the podcast secretly because I uploaded early, but I had on here podcast, tick. Melbourne. We did it. We went to the road trip. If you want to hear all about it, go back to the episode, but we road tripped to Melbourne. Tick. Reading. Oh gosh, I made my reading goal 70. At the time of recording this, I'm at like 48. Really bad. Really, really bad. I think last year I managed to get 65. So I was like, I'm going to increase it to 70. It's not been okay. I'm a thriller girly, not to go on a tangent, but I'm a thriller girly. And I feel like I've read so many at this point and like romance in the industry gets hyped and there's so many more books in romance and it's so much more accessible than thrillers. Like Kindle Unlimited, full of romances. Bookstores, full of romances. Romance authors, tenfold to thrillers. Even my favorite thriller authors, like their thrillers come out every few years, like a new book from them every few years. And I'm like, girl, I need material. I need something to read. So this year I've been trying to read other books, but they've just been boring. They've not been my vibe. They've not been my favorite authors. And I feel like that's definitely contributed to my not reading goal success, if you will. But I think as well, that's like why we actually need to be really specific with our goals and figure out how we're almost going to do it and create a bit of a rough plan. Because like, I didn't really have a plan. I just said 70 books and I know it's not, that deep. It's literally just reading. But I didn't have a plan, so then I didn't know what books I was going to read, and that's how it kind of like spiraled out of control. And now I'm 18 books behind, and I'm like, I'm not catching up, I don't think. Anyway, so I want to take that into the next year anyway. I just love reading. Such a great time to get off your phone, detach from everything, and just get in. But I truly do feel like you need a good book for that, and I can't do romance. So I can't do fantasy. I'm really a thriller girly. So really just finding some more books going into the year, adding to my to be read list on Storygraph before we actually go into 2026 would be how I'd actually do that. So maybe if I add that onto my board for 2026, which I'll make a whole episode and break down for you what I've actually decided to do in the end. But if I decide to add reading, I'm thinking that I will make a bit more of a plan. Camping didn't happen. I don't really want to go camping as such. I'm not much of a camping girl, but my partner was like, I'm going to get a rooftop tent. We're going to go places. He didn't even get a rooftop tent, so he ruined my goal. I just had a photo of a camping situation, but like I just wanted to travel and go on adventures. So I feel like I sort of did that because I went to Melbourne. We did the road trip. We obviously didn't like stay in the car or like camp. We had Airbnbs and whatever, but that's still, I don't know. I probably wouldn't put that anymore. And this is a great reason. This is, why I'm doing this, right? I'm saying this and doing this because it's actually okay to feel unaligned maybe, or like less care factor around certain things that you actually put down. Like it doesn't need to be that deep. It doesn't need to be committing to every single thing that's on here. Next, I have a plane, which I went to the retreat. I originally just had the plane for like, am I going to go to Perth? Am I going to go to Melbourne? I don't know. But then we road tripped, but I went to Queensland anyway on the solo trip to the retreat. So slay ticked. I put a Perth one. We obviously didn't go to Perth. That's actually fine though. I mean, I literally was thinking the other day, I could book to Perth like right now, but it just almost like, I feel like I don't care that much. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm kind of fine right now. So I want to like maybe leave it for like when I really want to go. And I just don't know where 2026 is going to take me. So not sure if I'm going to hold her over, but I'm also not mad about not ticking her off. I know this all sounds so positive so far, but I have things that I haven't achieved that I wanted to. So trust me, I'm a human too. So I have one here of like a particular thing for business that I wanted to run this year, but it did not come to fruition. I actually, to be completely honest, did not even try to make it come to fruition. I still want to do it, but I haven't actually done much to action it, but I'm feeling like 2026 I will be. I was focusing on so many areas this year in business, as you guys know, if you regularly listen, and I just think that was not going to happen this year. And there was one more thing on there about hitting a certain amount of followers, which I honestly, my follower count has been the same the whole year. So that did not happen. But I also equally like don't really care enough at the end of the day. Like I care like to grow it, of course, but I don't actually care enough because I've come to realize this year that like my business grew how much and my followers is the exact same. Like followers doesn't equal business necessarily, and I'm not an influencer. I'm running a business. Of course, I always want to have more followers so I can help more women and more people can see my stuff. But like you're probably listening to this and you probably don't even follow me on Instagram. So like it doesn't need to be that deep as well. And like I just don't think I would carry that into the new year. I feel like that was on my old vision board and I like carried it across, but now that I think about it, I just don't think I actually care that much. It's more the point of like helping as many women as possible. It doesn't actually need to be like a follow. Anyway, I'm gonna move right along because I just think that we don't need to care that much about it. We need to set your goals, but at the same time, I just feel like you can outgrow things. Growth also means outgrowing goals and like feeling misaligned with those goals, and it's actually okay. So doing a bit of that reflection piece and just remembering that it's like not everything's going to feel aligned, not everything has to happen, like it can get pushed, and that's like what I am going to be thinking about going into this. So grab your notes app, pull up your favorite piece of paper if you're at home, if you're driving, start keeping this mental notes. Seriously, get a back of a receipt. If you're not driving, no driving and texting. Think it in your head. But if you're at home and you're like, fuck, where's a piece of paper? Back a receipt. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't need to be aesthetic right now. We're just going to jot things down and we're just going to go key points across the pillars. So I broke down all the pillars in the other episode, but here's the pillars: lifestyle, body and health, work and business, travel / experiences, relationships and connection, and most importantly, mindset and personal growth. So really rapid fire. I'm going to give you some prompts and we're going to do it together. So Each pillar has a question and a reflection. Lifestyle. How do I want my days to feel in 2026? What do I want that to look like? Do I want to roll out of bed, feel lethargic and bloated? Fuck no. We're not going in with that energy. I want to feel 10 out of 10 in my body. I want to wake up. I want to make my bed. I want to open the windows, let the fresh air in. I want to have a clean space. I'm sick of waking up with my clothes all over the ground. I'm going to work out first thing in the morning so I can get all my energy into that and really pour into me before I go to work and pour into everything else. And then on the back of that, what habit or routine would make my life flow easier? Would it be going to the gym in the morning? If you feel like you're exhausted by the end of the day and you're so tired and you feel like you can't do anything and you can't go to the gym and you haven't ticked off anything by the end of the day because work's been so chaotic, obviously your life's not flowing easy that way. So we need to put that at the start of the day. We need to wake up a little bit earlier. Is 2026 going to look like you being an early person, an early bird, a morning gal? I don't know. Body and health. How do I want to feel in my body this year? And it's not just weight loss related. It's, as I was just saying, are you going to be waking up every day feeling really, really bloated and uncomfortable in your body? Are you going to be waking up every day hating the mundane shit? Romanticize your life, guys. I talk up my raisin toast. I'm like, yes, I'm so excited for my raisin toast, my pre-workout raisin toast. I'm talking to all my clients about my fucking raisin toast. I'm actually insane about this raisin toast, but equally, like, life is so boring if you're not just having fun with the little things. And I think you guys need to remember that. Like, you have the power to romanticize anything. Even like little things, like things can be so frustrating. Sometimes my dog just like licks at her paws and it pisses me the fuck off. But I love the bitch. I love the bitch. And I will just come up and like cuddle the fuck out of her and romanticize her ridiculousness. You know what I mean? Like, it's really going in of like, I don't want to be feeling like I'm holding on to every single thing. I want to let things go. I feel like that is almost like what I want to bring into 2026, of just being like a bit more chill and a bit more calm and not careless, but take things less personal, which is a very, very hard to do, especially in business, but it's something that I definitely need to do. And then on the back of that, what's one simple thing I can do daily to support that? Is it, as I said, waking up a bit earlier, doing a gym session in the morning, or starting the morning with movement, whether that's a stretching, whether that's a yoga at home, Pilates at home, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's a walk around the block, whether that's responding to emails on your walking pad. Like, what does that look like for you? What does that actually show up as? Because I don't want to make you wrong for needing to work at the same time, but instead of just sitting in bed scrolling or sitting in bed responding to those emails, how can we like multitask and get you on the walking pad or something like that? Next, work and business. I was going to say, how did I skip one? What do I want to be known for in work and business by the end of 2026? Are you potentially going to finish your degree and look at starting up a side hustle? Are you looking at different industries that light you up? Are you wanting to turn your hobbies and passion into work? Like, what is 2026 looking like, and what do you want to be known for? Like, I don't want to like reveal my secrets, but there is something that I want to do next year, and I want to be like known for that. Right now, even I'm known for toned and trendy. Girls come to me and they're using the words toned and trendy. They know, they're like, I want to be a part of toned and trendy. Tell me more about toned. Like, they know about toned and trendy. What do you want to be known for by the end of 2026? Do you want to be known for being the most elite admin that they have? Do you want to be known for being the go-getter who's going to go get that promotion, who gets internal promotions? Like, what do you want to be known as? And then what's one bold move I've been avoiding? Even me, I just called myself out of it. I avoided that goal because I felt like it was quite big and quite scary. Even though I know I really want to do it, I just know that logistically it's going to be a lot, and there's just so much that goes into it, and it feels scary. But it's bold as fuck, and I've been avoiding it, so I need to do it. So what is a bold move that you've been avoiding this year? That's the reflection point of where do you want to end? Whatever you're feeling held back on is what you actually want to work on. I hope that makes sense. Next, travels and experiences. Even though I tried to skip to this one before, what's something I want to experience this year that would make me proud? I said yes. Make me excited that I said yes. Made me not have no regrets going into it. Like, what's something I really want to see this year? Is it the fucking Eiffel Tower? Is it the fucking whitest sand in Australia? Is it, you know, that, I don't even know what it's called, but I always see it on TikTok, that like pink river, that pink beach. Like, what is that fucking cool fuck yeah thing that you want to see this year that you can actually make happen? Because don't be like writing it down if you know that like you're going for a promotion and this year's go, 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 and then you're not going to have any time off anyway, like then you're just going to feel disappointed. So what actually feels like achievable for you this year in terms of travel and experiences? Sometimes we do need to step back. I said this, I kind of wanted to go international, but then I was like, I haven't even gone interstate in some places, and now my passport's expired. But anyway, so I was like, I don't need to go from 0 to 100. How about I just go like to 50 and go to places around here and stuff like that, experience that, enjoy that, and then I can go to those places. And it's like, we don't need to do everything now. I think there's always so much, and I've talked about this, the societal timelines and pressures. There's all this pressure around making sure that we get a house now, we travel now, we do this now. How the fuck are we going to do all that now whilst having a kid and doing what? Half of us like literally are single. What the fuck? So I just feel like really taking that pressure off and just deciding like what will make me really excited this year in terms of travel experience. And everything. Take the pressure off. Next, relationships and connections. So who actually makes me feel like me? Who fills up my cup? Who lights me up? Who makes me really excited and gives me such good energy when I hang out with them? And how can I prioritize the energy more? So like, you know, those friends where they're always Debbie Downers, they're always being just so negative. You hang out with them and you regret going and you think, why the fuck did I go? You put all the effort in and they put no effort in, and you have to hold up the conversation the whole time, and it just feels heavy and you fucking hate it. We're not taking that into 2026. We do not want to be friends with those people. They are not aligned with us. Friends that are aligned, the conversation flows easily. If I think about all my friends that I go on walks with and I going out seeing for coffee and all of the things, we are yapping each other's ears off. We're talking the most amount of shit, the most random stuff, but not bitchy shit where we're talking about other people, but just like random fucking shit where the convo flows. Like the convo doesn't lull. And if it does lull, it's not awkward. It's like a good lull. You know what I mean? So cutting off those people that are constantly bringing in drama, constantly talking about other people, being really insecure and then projecting on you. I can't stand a projector. I cannot. And I can see it even in my clients. They will tell me a story about something and then they start almost like defending their actions and like kind of like over explaining themselves and justifying things. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Who has said something? And it's always their friends. I'm like, I knew something was up, the way that you approached that conversation. So I knew someone was giving you shit. Who was it? And they're like, oh, my friend or oh, my boyfriend. I'm like, ew, chuck them in the bin. They're not coming into 2026. Sorry, like they're actually going in the bin, because who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? I don't even know. Last one, mindset and personal growth. So who am I actually becoming? Who do I want to be? Now I've cut off all these bitches. Who do I actually want to hang out with? Who do I actually have things in common with? Who do I want to be? Do I want to be a more confident girl? Do I want to like step into this phase of like, I don't even know. If you go into a bigger role, are you going to potentially do more public speaking? Are you potentially going to be running more meetings? Are you going to be a higher up? Then you need to demand attention in a room. You need to be really confident and articulate well and be able to have that conversation in the room. That's even like me saying like, you know, what if I'm a guest speaker at an event or something and I get a speaking opportunity, then I'm on stage in front of all these people that have paid to be here, and it's like, whoa. It's like, what level can we go up to? Who are we wanting to become, and what stepping stones do we need to do in the like interim to get there? Because we're not going to be able to just go from like, yep, I'm going to speak at an event this year to speaking at the event. We need to start working in the interim on like how we're going to do that. So thinking about that when we're writing out goals. And then what's one thing I'm ready to leave behind for 2025? Same kind of thing with what I was saying about friends and stuff, but also just like negative self-talk about yourself. Too much pressure that you're putting on you. Maybe like learning to shut the fuck up. Like I know that sounds bitchy, but what I mean by that is like when we tell everyone all our goals, all our aspirations, and we're just like putting it out there, trying to get validation from them. And then maybe we get opinions from them and we actually don't want to hear their opinions, and it sways us. I know sometimes I'll like talk shit to like my mum about stuff, and then she starts giving her stupid fucking opinion. I'm like, I did not ask for your opinion, bitch. And it pisses me off and it gets me all mad. And then I'll go complain to my partner. He'd be like, this is literally because you told your mum XYZ. And I was like, true. Called me out on that one. So it's like, can we just shut the fuck up a little bit and leave some shit behind? Stop trusting in everything in others and just working in our own lane. You know? And I want you to write one manifestation and one affirmation. So I'm going into 2025, bitch, come on. I'm going into 2026, leaving this in 2025 is what I meant to say. Sorry, guys. So, for example, in 2026, I want to really work on my personal growth and development. I want to really lean into understanding more about my emotions. I am leaving behind friends that trigger these emotions. You know what I mean? Like putting the sentence of what you want and then talk about how you're going to get there, what you're leaving behind, what you're like not taking forward. Love that. Honestly, at the end of the day, you like don't need a 10-step plan to create these goals. I always aim for about 5 to 10, but nothing like wild and crazy that feels out of reach. It's okay to be unaligned with them a few months later. We're going to check back in 90 days. You'll get a notification from me if you follow along the podcast. We're checking back in 90 days. I will be here and you better be here, and we're going to start checking back on our goals. I'm also going to share all my goals with you guys in January as well so that you can get that from me. You just need some clarity around it, some structure, some clarity, just a little 1 or 2 sentence under each pillar. That's still direction. It doesn't need to be 10 layers deep. It doesn't need to be 15 pages long. It's about changing what you want to change, but also remembering that maybe you achieved some fucking cool stuff this year and you're just going to take that energy into the new year. But don't make it easy. I want you to really lean into pushing to the edges, feeling uncomfortable. We don't want to easily be able to tick them off in the new year. We want to actually struggle a little bit to get there. We want to push ourselves a little bit, but I would love to see your goals and notes and all of the things. Screenshot them, tag me, post them on your story, stay accountable. January 1st, I'm going to post a word on my story when I decide what it is. And I want you guys to do the same. Post your goals on your story. Even your close friends list, tag me, send me a DM on what you're doing. DM me your word of the year. I would love to know. Mine last year was this year, but last year was risk taker. Or like taking risks. Risk was the word. What am I going to do my word this year? I don't know yet. But I would love to know what yours is. But don't forget, I'm ending this year on being proud of how far I've come. So I want you to actually end this year on like recognizing how much work you've put in and being actually proud of yourself, because we haven't come this far to just come this far. We might not have ticked off every goal, but there's always a lesson in everything. And sometimes rejection is just redirection. Sometimes not ticking things off is just another avenue to do something else. So keep showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when things feel really, really heavy. I do that. I want you to do that. I hope this episode helped, especially for the girlies that might need a bit more of a bite-sized chunk. I really hope this gave you clarity of like what the hell we're going to be doing with our goals. That is all from me. I can't wait to see you in 90 days to check in with your goals. You better jump in my DMs with your goals, and I'll give you all my goals soon. I'm really gatekeeping for now. I'll let you know. That is all from me. Make sure that you follow along, get the notifications, rate the podcast. This is a mouthful, all of the things. And I will catch you all in the next one. Mwah. That's a wrap on another episode of Navigating Your 20s. Thank you so much for joining me and taking the time to listen. If you enjoyed the conversation, vibes, and got something out of today, please feel free to send me a DM with any key takeaways and feedback, or share on your socials and tag me so we can connect. If you liked today's episode and you're wanting more from me, you can find me on all socials at success.withjess.